This is the Men's Daily Advice and Encouragement channel. Men's Daily Advice and Encouragement channel. Click that like button. Share the video. I really appreciate it. Make sure you click the subscribe button. I appreciate it. I'm just doing a random MGTOW rant on paternity fraud. Let's talk about paternity fraud and how like women and laws trick men into extracting resources. I want to talk about that shit this morning. Let me see. Let me make sure I got. Okay, cool. I had to go ahead and turn that Bluetooth off. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I'm gonna repeat it again. Make sure you guys click the like button, share the video, click the subscribe button. I really appreciate it. You know, this is the Men's Daily Advice and Encouragement channel. Early in the morning, downtown KCMO. It's still a little chilly. It's gonna be about 70 degrees right today, you know, but right now downtown it is still chilly. It's still cold, you know, still like 45 degrees Fahrenheit, you know, out here. Downtown Kansas City, Missouri. So anyways, without further ado, I want to talk about today paternity fraud and how women, you know, trick dudes into extracting resources. I want to talk about that shit, you know. I seen this shit happen too many times, you know. Paternity fraud. I seen women tricking dudes into extracting resources, knowing that the kid does not belong to the guy. He could be a great man. He could be a man who got a business. It can be a guy who's just starting up or whatever. But if the bitch actually sees you as potential, yeah, she will do everything in her power to trick your ass. She will trick your ass. Okay, she will trick you, make you believe a kid is not yours, so that she doesn't have to shoulder the burden of raising this kid by herself, knowing that the guy she had the one night stand with, or the guy she ran off, or the guy that didn't want to be with her, he didn't want to have shit to do with the kid. So she want that nice guy to come in there and take care of that kid. You understand? Or kids with an S, okay? Paternity fraud happens way too often. It happens a lot. Paternity fraud does. You understand? It happens in different forms, shapes, and sizes, you know. This morning, for the last couple of days, I've been seeing this video circulate. And as the video circulated, there was an attorney. Well, actually, no, I said attorney. There was a judge who just got hit with a big-ass bombshell. And that bombshell he got hit with was figuring out that out of 51 years of marriage, man, his two sons that he been raising, they not his. That's pretty fucked up, huh? 51 years gone down the drain, man. And I had asked a couple people questions about that shit, man. And make sure you click the like button, click the subscribe button, all right? But I asked a couple people about it, both men and women, man, off camera about, well, damn, if you spent 51 years married and you're 81, this man was 81 years old, okay? And he's a judge, okay? In this case, what do you do in that situation when you find out the kids are not yours? You understand? And you're in this particular situation. What do you do? What the fuck do you do? All right, 'cause it's a pretty fucking embarrassing situation, I must add. Very embarrassing. What do you do? And so, what do you think this guy did? I'll tell you the background from what I've gathered, and then after that, you can share me your thoughts. It's pretty early in the morning, and there's going to be a high probability a lot of you guys either are not up or just getting up, right? But right now, I'm in Central Standard Time Zone, so make sure you click the like button, subscribe to the channel. But this is what's going on. So he said that he was 81 years old, married for 51 years, man. The sons are like 40. One is like 40. One is like 42. Okay? And he asked himself some good questions because he's a judge, remember? So he asked, damn, I'm a judge And my sons are losers. And he kept wondering, why the fuck are my sons losers? You know, they got my genes. You understand? They got my genes. So why are they losers? You know, why are they fucking like, you know, not doing anything with their life? You know, like losers, you know? They always got excuses why they can't make money. You know, they're probably staying in the mom's basement and shit, playing video games all day and shit, and living off him. And what's crazy about the judge is that he said that I am still supporting these young men to this day. I am still supporting them, right? These guys are between 40 and 42. He's still supporting them financially, you know, and also with time. And so the family, I believe it was his brother, but we're just gonna say family. Okay, there was a family member that needed a kidney transplant. Okay, and so since he needed that kidney transplant, doctors, you know, testers, what they do is they go around to the immediate close family and they test everybody, you know, run their blood samples, you know, things like that, right? You know, tests and things like that to make sure that the kidneys are right fit and it's compatible, the blood type, all that stuff, right? Okay? And I think you guys see where I'm going with this. The moment they ran that DNA test, man, the moment they ran the blood samples, man, come to find out those two boys are not that man's. That's right. Those two boys are not that man's. They don't belong to him. Okay? This man was married, you guys, 51 years. He 81 years old. He's in his golden years, okay? He can't get that time back. All right, you'll see the video. Listen, if you're looking right now at my video, go to the video. Type in judge who found out kids were not his. Type that shit in, man. All right, he's a older white judge, man. And he found that shit out. And so one thing led to another. He found out the kids weren't his, so now he's pretty fucked up about this shit. And he's like, damn, now I'm about to get ready to file for the divorce. Or whatever, right? And I was talking to a few people about that shit. I was talking to them. And I asked the people, that's why I said, well, damn, what do you do in that situation where you've been married for 51 years and you find out that the kids were supposed to be yours are not yours? What do you do in that situation? 51 years, you are 81 years old, and you find out that these two boys who are losers are not yours. And he came out about, I think I'm gonna do a share the video moment on there. And I'm gonna share what he said, man. But he said that pretty much, that he's like, damn, well, they got my genes. They got my genes. How is it that they got my genes and these guys, they're not doing nothing productive in their life? They're not doing nothing. You understand? I'm a judge. You would think they would start a law practice or own, I don't know, something, you know, a bank, something, you know, something of the genes. Because see, the way men operate is that if we have a kid, no matter if it's a loser or winner, there's gonna be something about us that's gonna rub off, I'm telling you. It's gonna be something about us that's gonna rub off. Something about us that's gonna rub off about that kid. That's just how we roll. So I would question that too. I'm like, well, damn. If I'm a judge, I'm pretty successful, got a pretty good income, things like that, I'm going to question. I swear to God, I will question. Damn, why the fuck are these guys, they're not successful, they're not productive? What the hell is going on? I'm going to question that shit, you know? Click the like button as you come in. Make sure, if you guys can, let me know if you guys can hear me loud and clear. I really appreciate it. I see people coming in, coming out, coming in, coming out. I see y'all. So, but that's 51 years of marriage, man. This man can't get back. 51 years. He's 81 years old. And so I ask you guys, would you forgive that woman for stepping out? I mean, he asked that question. He said, well, it could have been the milkman. It could have been the plumber. It could have been the landscaper. Hell, it could have been the guy at the post office and shit. I don't know. And the judge, he kept it real. He kept that shit real. He said, I do not know. It could be the post office worker. It could be the landscape guy. It could be the plumber, right? It could be the guy at the post office. It could be anybody. Come on, man. That is two grown-ass men that are in 40 and 42 that you've been raising and extracting income from, man. Well, two. Extracting income, too. And this woman tricked you. And the first thing that went to my mind about this shit, y'all, I'm going to just throw this out there. The first thing that went to my mind was she was going to go to the grave with this shit, man. That's right. That bitch was going to go to the grave. She was willing to go to the grave to make sure that this judge, this guy who's extracting the income, okay, she was going to go to the grave to make sure that this motherfucker did not know that the kids belong to him. Like, she was going to go to the grave for that shit. I'm fucking telling you. Click that like button as you come in. Make sure you click the subscribe button, too. But she was going to go to the grave with that shit, man. Come on, man. 51 years. The man is 81. He's in his golden years. And he's a judge. And what's crazy about it, let me throw this out here. He's a judge, right? Imagine how many men who actually fought that case or cases that try to beg and plead with him that the kids weren't his and things like that. And he actually admitted on camera that the guys who I've done a lot of cases with, a lot of judgments with, right? These guys actually are right. They're right on the money. And they said right off the gate, hey, man, you cannot tell that the kid is yours by just simply looking at it. You can't do that shit, man. You can't. You can't. You'd ask a female that shit, and she's gonna think in her mind, well, fuck DNA test. Fuck the proof. Fuck the DNA test. Fuck the proof. I'm just gonna go off of what I see in my feelings. And you can tell by just looking. How many guys you seen try to do the look thing, right? Trusting a woman's word and failed every time. Listen, we're in 2024, walking in 2025 from the date of this video. We're in the days of technology and science, homie, okay? DNA testing, blood samples, things like that, saliva tests, man, they're there for a reason. Do not sleep on that shit. I'm gonna say it again. DNA testing, saliva sampling, technology, right? Engineering, mathematics, right? Science, this stuff is here for a fucking reason. Don't be believing these bitches when they sit up here and tell your ass, man, well, you can just look at her, you can no, you go get your ass a DNA test, okay? All right, and make sure you court order her ass if you can. If you can get away with a private DNA testing company pulling up on you, so be it. But I would not have her go file and apply for benefits with the state and then turn around and have you get DNA tested. No, you go talk to your attorney, have your attorney court order her, in addition to make sure you got a parenting plan wrapped inside of there, so if in the event the child does come out with that is yours, that inside that parenting plan you got the actual language in there saying, okay, this is the custody time that I want, this is what I need. I also got the information in there that I don't want no child support, no supervised visits, equal rights to that kid. I'm telling you, that court order is powerful, man. For real. Listen, my daughter just turned 15 Sunday, cause 15, okay? I got 3 years and then my daughter's grown, okay? That means at that particular time I can leave overseas if I want to and live by myself, you understand? So, but anyway, I got a message in the chat. What's up, Savage the Punisher? How you doing, homie? He said, I've seen men submit to Western women and look drained, spiritual and physical. Real shit. Yeah, man. They're drained. They're drained. But come on, for that situation to happen to a judge, man, this judge was 81 years old and found out that the goddamn kids that he been raising, 2 boys, are not his after being married 51 years. That video is circling all around both YouTube and TikTok. It's circling like a motherfucker. Click the like button as you come in. Click the subscribe button as you come in, man. I appreciate it, man. Do me a favor. I see you guys coming in, coming out, coming in, coming out. Press the subscribe button. Press the like button. I really appreciate it. But come on, man. You've been married 51 years. You're 81 years old, man. Yeah, and he came out on camera and talked about this shit for about 4 or 5 minutes. Yeah, man. He can't get that time back. He can't get that time back. Paternity fraud is a bad motherfucker, man. I've seen too many guys go through it. You know, I was telling people, man, well, Mari ain't made that money for no reason. They say, well, some of that stuff is made up. I don't believe that shit. No. These are just people who are in denial to realize the fucking reality, man. Shit, I don't care, all right? I do not give a shit, man. Come on. Shit, man. All these DNA testing companies out here are not making money for no reason, man. And shit, it's a niche market, man, for real. It's a niche market. And if a woman can come out there and say, tag, you're it, she's going to do that shit. And if you stupid enough to fill out a DNA test, fill out a birth certificate, right, and just assume that the kid looks like you without taking a DNA test, in my opinion, as a man, you deserve exactly what's going to your goddamn ass. Your dumb ass. If your dumb ass signing DNA tests, signing birth certificates without taking DNA tests, you deserve exactly the consequences of coming to your ass in the future. Listen, there's too much information about us men warning other men, hey man, don't be signing these birth certificates, go get a DNA test, man. There's too many of them. Listen, I took a DNA test of my daughter. I court ordered that bitch, her mom, to come to court, okay? When I took that DNA test, right, kid came out my eyes, I didn't even sign the birth certificate. To this day, I still haven't did it. I haven't done shit. Do you know why I haven't done it? Because a DNA test is a legal binding document. It is a contract. It is basically stating that you are agreeing that, hey, even though you didn't take a DNA test, by looks, you're alleging that this kid is yours. And the reason I didn't do it because I don't trust the system. I just don't trust this system, you know? Do I got court orders? Yes. So if anybody say, well, how come you haven't signed a DNA test? Because I got a court order saying that she's mine and I took a DNA test. And they said back, well, why don't you just sign? No, I'm not just going to sign it. I refuse to. They can be difficult. They can feel some type of way. Usually it's females and shit, right? But I'm not about to put myself in that fucked up situation. You understand? I will I will not sign a birth certificate, right, until I at least get a DNA test. And even if I get the DNA test, you still have a right to not take you have the right to not sign that birth certificate. You have that right. And I really feel for that judge, man. I really feel for that judge. Because, see, listen. Let's think about this, man. Okay, man? And we don't know how many dudes that he actually ruled in court. We don't know how many dudes he ruled against in court or what happened. We don't know. You understand? When he went to court, I mean, how many guys we know that were in there fighting for custody, he turned around, gave the custody over to the woman or whatever, right, and forced that man to pay child support. We don't know that part of the story either. But here's the theory. To see a judge to actually see what men are really going through, to have the shoe on the other foot is a bad motherfucker. Am I bullshitting? Listen, for a judge to find out a kid is not his, 51 years of marriage, a judge, shit. Yeah, and listen, I don't know if he was a family law judge, criminal law, but he said he practiced a lot of law, okay, or whatever, right? All right, from my experience dealing with judges, man, a lot of them, man, handle a lot of things just cross the board, man, just cross the board. Doesn't necessarily have to be criminal law and doesn't necessarily have to be family law with DNA tests. But that is fucking crazy. So anyway, I got another message in the chat. Somebody named Michael Cooper, and he said that shit was insane. Yeah, I told you. Listen, Michael Cooper, that shit was insane. That was fucked up, okay? 51 years of marriage. Shit. Damn. Oh my God. And the thing is, at 81, he's in his golden years. What can you do? You don't have no kids of your own or whatever, right? You find out that these guys are losers. How do you fucking do that shit? Like, the crazy, man. It's crazy. Michael Cooper also said too, the hustle needs to stop. Yeah. They see the shit's a hustle. And the thing is, like I said, I made a video about this. Tennessee was the only state so far to enforce DNA testing, okay, at the time of birth, okay? The only state, why come other states haven't enforced that yet, you know? Because you got other lawmakers in office, man, that are still kowtowing to bitches and females and still thinking they're innocent, man. But then the whole reality is it's a needed thing. But you gotta look at it from a deeper perspective. You gotta look at it from a financial perspective. Tennessee, the reason Tennessee opted out of that shit was because they got smart and said, look, the state can't continue to keep paying for this shit, man. This shit is getting expensive. And then we can't keep bringing guys to court knowing that these kids don't belong to us, so what do we got to do? And that's when they said, you know what? Other states are not doing it, but hey, we about to do it now. And that's when they enforce mandatory DNA testing at the time of birth. You understand? All right? And it just makes a lot of sense. You know, you do it at the very, very, very beginning of the stages. You understand? Because going to court, paying for child support, that shit costs like a motherfucker. It costs shit. All right, Michael Cooper, he said that Florida is about to do it too. We need it in Michigan for real. I mean, listen, this is the thing, let me tell you about Florida. Florida was the first one to implement the alimony law, where now women can't get alimony forever. They cannot get forever alimony anymore. Did you see that shit, Michael Cooper? Those chicks was fucked up. They were like, man, what am I supposed to do? You supposed to ride sausage, another guy's sausage, but have the guy who you're previous with continue to pay you? I don't think so. Bitch, get up off your ass, go get a job, work, something, okay? You're not about to continue to live off me or another male while you ride another guy's sausages. It's just not gonna happen, man. But these are the only two states that I know of that implemented something or whatever, right? Now, are we going to say a lot of this legislation is going to go forward pretty quickly? Nah, man. I don't see nothing like this pulling off until, like I said before, it's going to take a lot of people in office. They're going to have to die off, man. Those people who actually keeping these laws, like baby boomers and shit, they're going to have to die off. Right? I hate to say it. They're going to have to die off. Once they die off or whatever, it's going to take a new couple generations, like my generation or Generation Z. They're going to have to come in and they're going to say, okay, our parents, they fucked up, enough is enough. This is what we got to do. You understand? It's going to take that new generation to come in. Michael Cooper said, $3,600. You mean the burden of raising kids is on me? Yeah. In most cases, kids that are not yours. Kids that are not yours, man. The state looking at it as the kid got to have somebody to come out of that money if they can't find the father. And that's your ass, my ass, or anybody that woman can say, tag, you're it. It's crazy. But here's the thing about paternity fraud, and I'm going to throw this out there, right? There has to be a state that has to be the first state that comes out and says that any bitch who falsely accuses a man of a kid that is not his and he's been forking off all this money for months, years or whatever, right? And he signed a birth certificate, yeah. The state needs to it's a simple formula, right? The state can just go ahead and hit her with a fine and hit her with monthly fees until she repays back the money. And the state can just cut that man a check for the money that he actually missed. You understand? That's just fair. You understand? That's just fair. That's just fair. This shit's getting expensive out here, man. It's getting expensive, man. You know, guys going back and forth to court and shit, man, that shit's getting expensive. Michael Cooper said jail time. Yeah, jail time. Jail time. I say hit them up with money. And then after that, if those bitches don't pay, then jail time. You understand? Hit them up with money, hit them in their pockets, and then after that jail time, I bet you that bitch will learn to keep her legs closed and be selective with the guys that she does, because right now we got the laws designed where these whores can be fucking reckless. They can, like Tom Leykis said, and it's real. Tom Leykis said this, and they were talking about this in the state of Washington. Washington is very notorious for this shit. A woman can sleep with you and about 300,000 dudes, right? And then a kid pops up. All the things she got to do is say, tag, you it, go run down to the state, and then after that, give them your name. If you're stupid and you gave her this information, she give them the social security number, and then give them the date of birth, and then provide an address or where you lived at, or she could just say he got mail coming here, and right off the gate, yeah, they'll hit you for child support, even though you have not taken a DNA test. And like I said, the state of Washington is like notorious for this shit, man. Washington, I'm gonna throw in there Kentucky and Pennsylvania. Now, we also know that right now California and Miami and like Atlanta are like the divorce capitals, okay? But as far as like paternity testing and shit and fraud, man, yeah, I would say Washington, Kentucky, and like Pennsylvania, yeah, man, it's like fucking crazy. I would throw in here Missouri, man, where I'm at now. Here, I'm downtown KCMO, as you can see, or what have you, right? And it'll kind of let you guys know and give you guys a general idea, man. Because, like I said, man, this paternity fraud is sad, man. But I really feel bad for that judge, man. That's a judge, man. 81 years old. He's not getting that time back, you guys. He's not. And he been married to that bitch for 51 years, okay? I done seen too many guys, man, get hit for child support for kids that are not theirs. Guys who get accused of kids that are not theirs, they still gotta pay. I've seen it too many times, man. This is fucking ridiculous. And I agree with you, Mo Cooper, man, Mike Cooper. I really agree with you that, hey, jail time should be on the table along with having that bitch suffer the financial penalty. I really believe that shit. If she can extract income from another dude, then the state need to extract income from her, get reimbursed while the state cut him a goddamn check. That's what I'm saying. They cut him a check. You know, we apologize. Here you go. And then come after that whore. You understand? There's too many guys that's happened to. Listen, if they can sign a bill for guys to get released out of jail and prison for petty crimes and marijuana and shit like that, man, they could sign a bill to actually have guys reimbursed, right, for money, right, for kids that are not theirs, and have these bitches do jail time for tricking these guys and manipulating these guys into signing birth certificates and shit like that, right, for kids that are not theirs, okay? For real. They can do that shit. They can do that shit. It's just, though, man, they want to make that shit difficult, man, for real. But yeah, paternity fraud, yeah, it ain't no joke, you guys. So make sure to click the like button as you come in. I ask you guys again, click that like button, click the subscribe button as you come in. I really appreciate it. I see you guys coming in and out and in and out. Yeah, click the like button, click the subscribe button. Also, too, make sure you guys engage in the chat. I really appreciate it. But yeah, this is my early Maryland MGTOW walk, man. I do this shit by myself, man. You know, I'm downtown Kansas City, Missouri, so yeah, I wanted to talk about the judge, and I wanted to talk about paternity fraud, because this shit's happening like way too much, man, like way too often. And then what's happening is, soon when these bitches sit up here and does this shit, guess what? Nothing happens to them. How many times you done seen these whores stand in court? They will stand literally in court. And the guy says they find out the kid's not hers, and this guy done been forking all this child support up. This guy is hell. Listen, some of these guys did 10, 20, 30 years in jail for a kid that is not theirs, and nothing happens to this bitch. Not a goddamn thing. She's sitting there smiling. Well, kid's not his. Oh, well. You bitch. Bitch, I just got done doing 20 years for a kid not mine. These guys, listen, these guys is going to the HR department, getting served warrants and shit and paperwork, getting picked up by the sheriff's department, escorted off their jobs, and go straight to a jail because they got a fucking goddamn, they got a warrant out for their arrest for some child support that they did not pay of a kid that is not theirs. Like, it's getting fucking crazy, man. Now, I know right here in Missouri and also the state of Kansas, man, this shit happens often. But it's not as notorious as some of these other states. Like I said, Washington is like the capital of this shit, right? Washington, I'm going to throw in Kentucky, and also I'm going to throw in like Pennsylvania, man. Like, do your research on this shit, man. Because I was listening to this shit on the Tom Leykis show, and also Mari, man, it was happening like too much. But for a man to be 81 years old, married for 51 years, to find out that your 40-year-old and 42-year-old boy is not yours, that is like the biggest slap in the fucking face. Because the bitch was going to go to the grave with this shit. She was going to go to the fucking grave. Like, she was going to make sure This motherfucker, man, did not find that. She was gonna go to the grave. She was gonna die tricking this man into knowing that, well, hell, at least I know the milkman or the basketball player or the I don't know, the post office worker is my kid's dad. So I'm going to die making sure this judge never knows it because he's a great provider. I mean, it is like it's a disgrace. This country is a fucking like disgrace, man, allowing these chicks to get away with it or whatever, And all you chicks who looking at my video talking about, I'm not that type, I would never do that. We don't give a shit. We don't care if you wouldn't do it. We're trying to teach guys how to take the precaution to not run into chicks that are doing it, okay? So if you're not doing it, okay, cool. Why don't you do yourself a favor? Do what I'm doing. Make some YouTube videos warning these chicks, hey man, we need to do better out here. You chicks out here need to stop tricking these guys into signing birth certificates and paying for kids that are not theirs. You need to stop that shit. Start making videos about that, okay? All right? But until then, man, and shit, until you start doing that, hey, we're going to start and continue putting videos out like this, warning guys, hey man, don't be signing that birth certificate, man. Hey man, make sure you get a DNA test. Hey man, make sure you talk to a family law attorney and file a motion in court for custody, and then file a motion in court for paternity and DNA testing. Court order her ass to take DNA test. We're gonna keep telling these guys this shit because a lot of guys weren't told this shit, but we're gonna do this shit because a lot of us been through it. We've been through this shit, okay? The laws are still in your favor, ladies. The laws are in your favor, okay? You can take advantage of us, you can milk us or what have you, but at the end of the day, the laws are in your favor, okay? And then on top of that, right, you guys are more than most likely, if you accuse me of being a father of your kid right now, and let's say, okay, the law say, okay, I'm going to take Mr. GG down. So we take Mr. GG down. And let's say, all right, we're going to start garnishing this check or garnishing this income or whatever. So they start garnishing it. And then after that, right, 5-10 years later, and I kept trying to fight the court. Kept trying to go ahead and get the DNA test, whatever. They finally give me the DNA test, and they say, oh, my God, this kid's not theirs. Let's go ahead and release him. Well, what do you think happened to all that time I got? Gone. What happened to all that money I got? Gone. And what do you think happened to her ass? Nothing, okay? It happens all the time. It happens all the time. Click the like button if you're watching this, man. I appreciate it. Click the subscribe. Okay. Ooh, okay. Ooh, did I mute myself? Okay, got you. Okay, cool. That sucks. Fuck it. Hey, but like I said though, man, do you know how many times a woman actually did time, man, in jail for paternity fraud? How often does that shit happen? It don't happen. It don't happen. Alright? She done set up here and accused Tom, Dick, and Harry of all being their kids' dad. All of them do jail time, right? DNA tests come out. Tom, Dick, and Harry still not her kid's dad. Nothing happens to her. Nothing happens to that woman. Not a damn thing happens to that woman. Nothing happens to her. How come nothing happens to this bitch? You know why nothing happens? Because they designed the system for nothing to happen. It's all one-sided, man. It's all one-sided, okay? She can continue to ride dick. She can ride sausages, joystick. She can ride whatever she wants to, right? And still get away with calling you daddy, knowing damn well you're not daddy. Click that like button as you come in. Click the subscribe button as you come in. Engage in the chat. I appreciate it. If you guys can hear me, please let me know. I would really, really, really appreciate it, you know. Let me know if you guys can hear me. I appreciate it. I accidentally pressed the mute button and everything. I didn't even know. I was just going like a motherfucker and shit, you know. So, but hell, fuck it. We're gonna make do what we do. I done seen too many guys, man, crying, going to jail, man, doing like 10, 20 years for kids that are not theirs. But a judge, I can't get off this. A judge who's 81 years old finally know what it's like to be on the men's side of the point of view, you know. He actually admitted, he said these guys are right. All these guys I made judgment calls with in court, he's right. You cannot, I repeat, tell that a kid is yours by just simply looking at that kid. You cannot tell that kid is yours just by simply looking at it, okay? All right, take a DNA. I don't care if the kid, do you know how many guys tell me your daughter spat you out, you look just like her? I still took a DNA test. Well, I don't care. Well, who gives a fuck? You're not the one that having to come out the goddamn money. You're not the one that might have to come out the child support. You're not the one that have to deal with supervisors. You're not the one. You know how many guys I know right now who got like 3 and 4 kids and shit, man, and for real, they call me on the phone, man, on WhatsApp and shit. We talk about this shit on Facebook too, man, and these guys are like, damn, man, having all these kids, they getting expensive or whatever, right? And I asked them time and time, did you take a DNA test? Well, I ain't got to. That kid looked like me, so I ain't got to, whatever, right? And then they find out 5-10 years later because they wanted to avoid not taking the DNA test. What the fuck you think happened? They find out this kid either not theirs, right, or they're stuck in limbo land. I got neighbors that are in that situation right now. Shit, I got a young 27-year-old neighbor right now, man. And he to this day, he got 3 kids. He doesn't know who is his, and he always asks me questions. I don't know. This kid might be mine, could be mine, man. I don't know. Nigga, go take a DNA test. Shit, back in my day, DNA test, man, was about $300 to $800, man, a test, man. That shit got cheap now. You got guys who, I believe in Georgia, one guy, this was on the Dennis Sperling attorney channel, man. And this guy actually runs a network, but he will actually, I think for like $100, he will pull up on your ass and take a DNA test on you right then and there. He will pull up on your ass and take a DNA test. You pay like $100, maybe $200 tops. He will pull up on you, take that DNA test. And the guy came real. He was like, shit. That motherfucker said, I done broke up marriages. He said, hey, these women call these guys pussies, bitch ass motherfuckers and all that shit. He said when he done did it so much, he pulls up and he can tell the kid's not theirs, and these guys would still be in denial. For real. I mean, you tell me how 2 light-skinned motherfucking couples and shit gonna have a very, very dark-skinned ass baby. Like, hella dark. Like, how's that possible? Okay? Alright? You tell me how 2 black motherfuckers, like chocolate black motherfuckers, right, are gonna go ahead and have, man, a very, very, very light pigmented kid, man, or what have you. I mean, just tell me how's that possible? You know, I don't know. You know, I'm not a scientist. I'm not a medical person, but I've seen shit like that happen, and then the kid ends up not theirs. But you still got the speculators, or the kid kind of look like you. I think so, or well, the kid looks cute, or whatever. Nah, man, fuck that shit. Go take the damn DNA test. Go take that test, man. Fuck what she says. She telling you it looks like you. Do not believe that whore. Fuck her. Shit. Let's go to the chat, man. So we got Sean Staten. He said, thank you, brother, for exposing this. Please continue to keep us informed. This is valuable information. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Sean Staten. I really appreciate it. Make sure you guys click the like button, man. Share the video. Also click the subscribe button. I see a lot of people coming in. They're not pressing that like button, man. That's not cool, man, but fuck it, man. Hey, press the like button. I appreciate it, man. Engage in the chat, man. Engage in the chat, you know. But I want to know, ask yourself this question. Ask yourself this question, all right? If you were the judge and you were age 81, you've been raising these boys all your life. One is 40 and 42, okay? And they're both losers. They're not doing anything constructive in their life. They don't have jobs. They're living off you. They're living off the mama. They're living off whoever, right? And they always got excuses. They're losers, you know, or whatever, right? And you find out that these kids are not yours, right? And I'm just going to throw this as a hypothetical. And the kids and the mom are probably behind your back laughing about it, right, for years, already knowing that they're not they're not the son of this man or whatever. What would you do in that situation? Put your comment inside the comment section. I want to know. What would you do at age 81 in your golden years? You old enough mother. You a judge too, by the way. You a judge. And you find out that your sons 42 and 40 are not your kids. Okay? All right? You in your golden years, You went through a lot of judgments or what have you, right? Okay. What would you do in that situation? Would you file for divorce? I talked to another guy. He said file for an annulment. Would you file for an annulment, right? Meaning that the marriage doesn't exist, right? Or would you take him out? One guy I talked to, he said he would go ahead and he'll kill him. I said, you would do that shit? He said, yeah. He said, I will kill. He said, I will kill the mama and I'll kill the 2 sons. I'll get my judge friends. I'll get my attorney friends. We'll get together. He said, I'm 63, man. I said, for real, OG, 63? He said, yeah, I'm 63. He said, man, because look, I can't get all that time back, so I'm going to just take them out. And then I'm gonna tell my judge friends and my attorney friends, right, what's going on. They're going to tell me to turn myself in. We're going to rig the situation. We push the paperwork over to my desk so we can get you a court date. And when I walk in that motherfucker or whatever, right, then I'm going to make my ruling that it was self-defense. I said, man, come on, man. He was for real. But everybody, listen, everybody can handle that situation accordingly, man. You may handle that situation one way, another person may handle it in another, man. That's some devastating blow shit, though, man, for real. And then on top of that, when these women do this shit, nothing happens to them. Nothing. They don't go to jail. They don't get hit with a fine. The state doesn't come in and reimburse the man. And then when he's get reimbursed, they don't turn around and say, okay, now he's reimbursed. Now let's go after that bitch. Nothing happens to her. Nothing happens. Nothing. Right? The question is, why? Why come nothing happens to these bitches? Why come nothing happens to these whores? We all know why nothing happened. Because, like I said, the laws are in their favor. The laws are in their favor. I asked some females about this shit. Let me tell you this, boys. You listening, boys? I asked some females. I asked them, right? This is off camera, and I asked them, well, what would you do if you were in that situation? You're 81 years old, you find out that kid is not yours. Both of those boys are not yours. What do you do in that situation? How would you handle that? Click the like button as you come in. Click the subscribe button as you come in. Okay? Engage in the chat. I appreciate it. Okay? And you know what they told me? They said, well, I asked them, would you forgive that bitch? Would you stay with her? One girl told me, well, I've already been with them this long, so I might as well just stay. Wow. This is coming from a female. Another female said, I don't know. I think I'll just divorce it and just be over with or whatever. You see how fucking feelings and sensitive and passionate they are about that shit, man? Right? It's sad, isn't it? It's very fucking sad. So I don't know, man. I do not know. So I don't know, man. But things do happen. I really appreciate this. So, but I thought I'd let you guys know, man. So, anyways, you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here. You guys have a good day. Click the like button as you exit. Click the subscribe button as you come in, you guys. This is the Men's Daily Advice and Encouragement channel. I wanted to talk about paternity fraud. You know, how often it happens and why the fuck is not. How come these women are not getting fucking consequences of this shit? I mean, come on, he's 81 years old. 81. 81, okay? He's been married for 51 years. The video is circulating, you guys. You guys can look this shit up on YouTube. Don't take this shit just from me. It's shit circulating on YouTube and TikTok, man. It is sad, man. It is fucking sad. I want to know, is there going to be a part 2? I really wish if attorney James Sexton, shout out to him, attorney James Sexton, for Soft White Underbelly channel, right? Attorney James Sexton could actually do like a quick review on that situation and, you know, like his point of view, because he's probably the most rawest attorney I've probably seen, along with those other ladies, man. Shout out to Chisa Jed from the Coffee Pot. You know, I did a review on his video when he had a series of attorneys on there, man, and they were talking about, you know, divorce and child support or what have you, man. So I'm telling you guys, it's fucking real out here. But I want to know, what would you guys do in that situation? Make sure you guys put your comments inside the comment section. I appreciate it. So I can kind of know, get some feedback from you guys. So what would you do in this scenario? What would you do in that circumstance? Because that's a lot of pressure from that man in his golden years of 81 years old to find out that his 2 boys, they're not his. Like, they're not his, man, for real. And he spent 51 years in that marriage. That is a fucking disgrace, man, for real, straight up. And they're wondering, well, damn, how come brothers is getting their passport or leaving? Because the laws are they are too one-sided in women's favor. Okay, way too one-sided in women's favor. Why are guys going MGTOW? What is MGTOW? Guys are like checking out. They're saying we're done. We're getting the fuck out or whatever. We're done. For real. We would rather stay in mountains. We'll rather hit it and quit it with you guys, but we just don't want to take you guys seriously out here. We don't want to move in or go half on the business with you. We don't want to marry you. And most of all, we don't want to have kids with you anymore. No. It's sad, but it's fucked up, man. But this is the way we got to protect ourselves. We get our money up, make sure we got good attorneys hired, give each other advice, associate with very good communities that's going to protect men and support men, because we have very limited resources out here, So, but anyways, you guys, let me get off of here, man. I'm about 45 minutes in. I'm downtown KCMO. Hit the like button, right? Hit the subscribe button too. Comment in the comment section. I appreciate it. Share the video on Facebook, share it on TikTok, share it on X, Twitter, man, or any other social media platform, and also too Rumble. All right, I am on Rumble. You can see, if you want to interact with me, go to the About section of my channel, and you can interact with me through WhatsApp or Skype or my email. Until then, I'll talk to you later. This is Mr. GG of the Men's Daily Advice and Encouragement channel, signing out. Talk to you guys soon. You guys have a great morning. I'm about to go get me some coffee, man, and knock out some bills and handle what I got to do. I might go live later on. So anyway, peace.